Alright, Knights, the conquest cycle continues. Going on to Sector 3 next. A also pretty simple sector if you have the right data disk combos and certain squads, non-GLs. You don't need GLs to pull this off. Low gear, 4-LOM and Zuckuss, very easy SM33 cheeses available for you, and 60 tenacity in a single battle thanks to a very broken data disk that CG gave us while going along the gold path. So, if you guys aren't aware of Sector 3, the feats are win 10 battles with SM33 surviving. If you guys followed my previous pre-conquest guide, this is a feat I recommend you skip if you clearly don't have him unlocked in your roster. This is more catered for very endgame players that have him up and running, or you have him unlocked, but he's at level 1 gear 1. You're going to be absolutely fine as long as you find the right node. The second one is win 10 battles with 4-LOM and Zuckuss. A lot of players were stressed out about this because they're very new, not easily accessible. You could put gear on them, but they don't lead to any journey guides at the moment, so it doesn't seem as worthy as an investment for an earlier mid-game player. But do not worry, they don't need to be high gear or relic at all. Next up, gain tenacity up 60 times. One and done. We're going to show the cheese in a second. And the last one, win 10 battles with no attackers in your squad. Very easy. No GLs are needed. You could run a GL if you want to. We're going to showcase one GL battle, but for the most part, non-GL teams, you get the right data disk, you're going to be absolutely fine. Now, in terms of the data disk, I'm going to show you what I had for the entire of the Conquest Sector 3. But there are going to be some battles where I took some in and out. But I will show them before the battle starts in the video. But for the most part, I'm going to show you guys blind side. This one is actually so important for some of these cheeses. It's actually so good. This is a new data disk that they added. It's called Commando Formation. Whenever a non-tank ally scores a critical hit, they gain offense up and stealth for 2 turns. That is massive. And tank allies gain evasion up and taunt for 2 turns. What this is practically doing is kind of like replacing Voluntary Vanguard, which gives mark to your tankiest ally. It's now covering your entire team under stealth and forcing tanks to taunt. It is actually so good at getting cheeses done that you're not going to be able to normally. So this is a very important data disk for the strategy I'm about to show. Next up is a Ambitions data disk, which is going to give your healers and supports way more damage. Very nice to have if you want to speed up the battles. After that, I'm going to hide my webcam for 1 second. This one's going to be extremely important for a couple of them, not all of them. Only certain battles, the tenacity up specifically. This is the data disk you get from completing the gold cycle in the Conquest. You're going to easily have it by Sector 3. This is what you're going to do for the cheese. It's the F Training Droid module. And it says, at the start of battle, all enemies are inflicted with tenacity down, and which can't be dispelled or prevented. Immune to tenacity up, and they can't have their health drop below 1% through the whole encounter, but they can be instantly defeated. So pretty much, they cannot die unless they are instantly defeated by an instant defeat effect. So they are literally immune to dying. That's how you're going to get away with the cheese. So we're going to show you how to do it. And the last one I had is a weak spot. Weak spot is by far the most broken data disk in the entire Conquest. It turns hard mode into easy mode, honestly, and it's practically very helpful for the Maul Canderous Watambour cheese that we're going to showcase throughout the entire sector and Conquest. It is literally the most free-to-play, easily accessible team combination you can do without worrying about stamina or any of the enemies that you're facing. There's going to be certain enemies that it's not going to work against, but for the most part, it's going to work on a majority of the team. So, without further ado, we're going to go right into the video of the sector feats. Now, we're going to start out with the good stuff. Gain tenacity up 60 times. Now here, I found a Geo node. I like the Geo node because they have a chance of respawning enemies, and it makes it a little bit easier if you want to time the insta-kill with Nihilus. So it's not essential by any means. You kind of want to find a node that has less and less AoEs if possible, but for the most part, I had the most success with a Geo node. I found it throughout the sector. Rex lead, Malik, Han Solo is going to be very essential for this strategy. Grandmaster Yoda and Nihilus. Nihilus is there for the insta-kill, so you can actually finish the battle. So you don't have to, go a whole 5 minutes without it not counting as a win. So that's why Nihilus is in here to get the insta-kills done. Next up, Yoda. He's there for the tenacity up, straight up. Han Solo is there for the initial crit in the beginning of battle. It's going to force Malik to taunt. which is why we have Malik over here. He's going to be your taunting tank that's going to be applying fear. Very, very good stuff. And then obviously Rex in the leadership, great at Terminator manipulation, is going to be providing another variation of Tenacity up. So we're going to go right into it. We're going to play it on 1.5 speed. Those are the most important data discs that I was talking about for this particular feat. Commando formation, which is the taunting and the stealth, and the F-34T training droid for the, endless battle where they can't die unless they're instantly defeated. So we're going to go ahead and start the battle immediately. I'm going to go on 1.5 speed so we don't take too much of your time. Again, I found a Geo node. What you want to do is you want to stun the Brute Alpha in the beginning, or stun anyone that can get crit. What that's going to do is force the taunt on Malik, and you're going to see Han Solo is under stealth. He is safe from damage. You're going to see this is going to be a phenomenal strategy for some of the survive feats later on. But this is specifically for Tenacity up. Nihilus is going to be increasing cooldowns and also going under stealth when he gets a crit. Yoda is going to be doing that ability where he does an AoE. He's going to be put under stealth. Now they're forced to taunt, or forced to hit Malik because he's taunting. And Malik cannot go down because he is going to heal from his life drain and he's too tanky. So it makes it really, really easy. So here, they cannot die. That is what that new data disk is doing. The only way they can go down is if you instantly defeat the leader and then kill them. Or if you instantly defeat them with Nihilus. But the sides cannot go down unless the Brood Alpha is defeated. So you want to stall this out as much as you can. Do not attack the Brood Alpha. But as you can see here, it's a full auto battle. I don't have to do anything besides making sure I'm not targeting the Brood Alpha right away. But they literally cannot go down. As you can see, Nihilus is going to be eating away the sides. You're going to be fine as long as you don't eat the Brood Alpha until the last minute or two. I was counting. I had more than enough Tenacity up. I get 10 per cycle, 5 from Yoda, 5 from Rex lead, and it makes it a lot easier. So Han Solo is there to get the initial crit, to force the taunt on Malik. Nihilus is there to get the insta-kills and make sure you can actually win the battle. And Rex and Yoda are there for the Tenacity up. Now you're going to see the only AoE on this team is going to be the Brood Alpha and his middle ability, which is annoying. So if you have extremely, extremely low gear, Nihilus or Yoda and Rex or Han, then you got to have them high enough to at least survive the AoE. So I'm going to assume gear 7 or gear 8 is going to be fine. You should already have a Relic Yoda. The rest of the characters are not hard to gear at all. All phenomenal characters. So as you can see here, this is the strategy. You're just cheesing the crap out of the node. At one point, you're going to see we're going to get to a minute 30 mark where I'm going to start killing them and kill the Brood Alpha because I was like, I already have enough Tenacity up. Let's go ahead and end this thing. So over here, just timing it up completely. It does, on 1.5 speed, it takes about 4 minutes of your time, but it's a very high efficient battle. You don't have to worry about doing it for the rest of the cycle, for the rest of the conquest. Obviously, you could do it throughout the sector through many different teams, but we like to get things done one and done. We want to maximize efficiency for you guys. So we're at a minute 20 left, and we're attacking the Brood Alpha to finish the battle because we have way more Tenacity up than we need. So Malik is a phenomenal tank. That's the only person they could target. That's it. And he's always going to get taunt as long as you're critting them. So that's the best part about this strategy is that you don't have to worry about putting... If you don't have Watt Temp or if you're running low on stamina with Watt, that works great. So that's going to be the Tenacity up, and you're going to see once the battle ends, it's going to display it. Gain Tenacity up 60 times, one and done, nice and easy. But the nice thing about this is it's saving your Watt Tambor combo for other survive feats. So you don't have to worry about using Watt too much and using too much stamina. If you guys are running low on stamina for those battles, try to spread out these battles throughout the 14 days of Conquest, and you're going to be absolutely fine. But for efficiency, this is nice because you're not using Watt. Now, next up, we're going to talk about is going to be surviving with Forlom and Zuckuss. Now, this one's a little tricky. The previous strategy will not work for this because, unfortunately, Zuckuss is a tank. So, if you're using the commando formation on Zuckuss for the previous strategy, he's going to get taunt and he's going to go down because he's low gear. So, that's why I'm recommending the Maul, Watt, and Canderous strategy for this particular team. Forlom over here is at gear 7, and Zuckuss is at gear 3. You're going to see right here, extremely low gear, at 4-star, 4-star. The combo I was running with the data disc that I was able to find in this conquest are Blindside, Commando Formation, which I don't need for this one, Ambitions, Weak Spot, and Assertive Command. Weak Spot is the most powerful data disc, like I said earlier. Blindside helps stack with that. You're constantly attacking out of turn. It is very, very good. The only thing that I'm missing here is going to be Amplify Agony or a Leader's Resolve. It makes it even easier. So if you don't have Weak Spot, keep ramping up and racking up the Amplifying Agony. All those debuffs from Canderous are going to make it easy mode. But this combination here is perfect for what you need. So let's go right into the battle. It's the same strategy. The enemy team never takes a turn. We're going against a new Bounty Hunter team. I put the weapon tech on Maul. He does the middle special. Canderous does his second special. Then Maul does all his stacks of Anguish. And you're going to see the blind side is landing with the Expose. We're ramping up so much damage. Look at Canderous ramping up all the damage from Maul. It is literally easy mode. You can do that 10 times in one single cycle and be absolutely fine. This works at literally 1 stamina. And I don't have high gear Bounty Hunters at all. So if you have this team available, you have the right data disk, you're going to be absolutely fine. So that's going to be my recommendation for Forlom and Zuckuss. Now, before I get into the other types of survive feats for SM33, I thought let's might as well show the same exact combo with SM33 surviving, but we're going to include Django in here because you don't need the other character. So, same exact concept. Django is going to be doing an extra instance of damage because he's going to be assisting. You put the weapon tech on Maul, nice and easy. He does the middle special. There's a ton of damage. You do an AoE. She's already gone. Unload all the Anguish on the enemy team. Don't even have to use it all. It's just super easy mode. That's why you're going to see this team in every single infographic of my Conquest guide because it just makes it so much easier. It's literally easy mode. You don't have to worry about any stamina. The enemy team never takes a turn. That's why I love it so much. So, that's the second thing. Now, this is going to be the strategy I recommend for you if you want to save the Canderous, Maul, and Watt cheese with Forlom and Zuckuss, because I highly recommend you save that particular cheese for Forlom and Zuckuss, because the other ones to pull off are going to be difficult because he is a tank and he's going to be killed because he's always taunting. But if you utilize this particular cheese for SM33 and keep Maul, Watt, and Canderous for the Forlom and Zuckuss, you could double dip pretty easily here. So this is the strategy. It's Jedi Knight Luke lead with Malik, SM33, Chewbacca, and Han Solo. It's very similar to the Tenacity cheese we did in the beginning. The commando formation is your friend here. It is super, super helpful. Now, the most important thing I'm going to recommend to you to make it even easier is to find a node anywhere on the sector. It has to be a single node with 0 AoEs, no area of effect damage. So that's going to be Phoenix, it's going to be Tuskens, it's going to be certain Ewok squads. There's going to be plenty of different options. I'm sure there's more that I'm missing, but those are the top 3 that I have listed and saw throughout the Conquest. So again, Phoenix with no Sabine, Ewoks with no Wicked, and Tuskens. Those 3, try to find at least one of them, and then you can repeat it 10 times if you're just trying to get Red Crate to get Satil Shan. That's all that matters. So, this is the combo. It's all about commando formation. Same exact data disk that I was showing you earlier. I found a Phoenix node with no Sabine. So again, I'm going to do a stun here on the highest tier meter target. You're going to see I hit a stun. It's a crit. Malik is taunting because of the crit. Han Solo goes under stealth. Assertive Command was able to get SM33 to assist. He hit a crit. He's put under stealth. They're all safe. So here, they're all attacking Malik. He's going to be giving them fear because they're critting him. He puts the shock. He's putting more fear. That's a big AoE from Chewbacca. That's more taunting on Malik. And you're going to see here, the reason why I'm using Luke is because he can slow down the enemy team in Conquest. It literally makes them really, really slow. So he's great to utilize the speed and the turn meter because he's literally reducing the enemy speed to his. It's a very nice mechanic. They're never going to... I know I have a higher relic and gear SM33 on both my accounts, but I kind of need it. I've had the account for a while, and I need it for TW and Grand Arena. So I don't have a low gear SM33 to show it, but it's good to know that he's never going to get touched. And even if he was to get touched, Chewbacca is going to be applying guard to the weakest ally, and the weakest ally being here, SM33. So even if he does get hit, he won't get crit, and he's going to be healing up from Chewbacca's hits. So that's kind of like the strategy here. So even if you find a node that has a single AoE damage, but you have a Gear 7 or Gear 8 SM33, he might have a chance to survive. But I'm recommending to find a node with no AoEs just to make your life a little bit easier. That's going to be the best split, I think, for the Wat Tambor Maul cheese with the Han Solo Luke cheese as well. So a great option for you. Now, we're going to move on. Win 10 battles with no attackers in your squad, giving you 2 different options. It's the same exact data disk. I'm just repeating the graphic. The bottom one is Assertive Command, where you assist on a basic. Weak Spot's your friend. Zealous Ambitions, also your friend. Commando Formation is nice, and Blindside is also nice. I'm using a Great Mother squad with Morgan, Marin, Talia, and Night Sister Zombie. You cannot use an attacker, so it's not your traditional squad, but there's no attackers, and with Zealous Ambitions on Great Mothers, she does a lot of damage, a lot of damage, because she is a support character. So, one AoE from her, and the enemy team is going to be wishing they were, not around. So, it does a lot of damage. Also, I believe Talia is a healer, so she does a lot of damage as well. He had blind, which is nice to avoid that. So this is just a random Bad Batch node. This is going to work on any single team. Obviously, Marin is in here to do the nice cleansing, and she's a support character, so it really is easy. Over here, you're going to see, this one might not have had the Ambitions disc, but any other battle, she's going to get a one-shot. I promise you, she does so much damage with that data disc. So over here, just a nice, simple way to get the no attacker feat done that's not using a GL if you have the Great Mothers. Next up, we're going to talk about the next one that is including a GL. If you guys have Leia, highly, powerful Galactic Legend, probably the most unlocked in the game. If you use a combination of R2, Rex, Cassian, and Mon Mothma, there are no attackers on this team, and it's a great way to tackle it. Captain Rex is a support character, R2 is a support, Cassian's a support, and Mothma is also a support, with Leia being a tank. So this is a great way to do it. I put it on full auto. The Ambitions data disc is very, very nice. Now, the one that's going to be really easy mode, that has no attackers, is going to be an OG Night Sister team. Same exact data disc I was showing you earlier. There are no attackers on this team, only tanks and supports. They're very good for this sector, very, very good. I went against a very annoying Mandalorian team. This is typically a very annoying squad to deal with. If you have the right data disc, the same ones I showed you earlier, you're going to be doing a ton of damage. As you can see here, the Plague just does so much. The Ambitions data disc is absolutely tearing them up because we're support characters and healers. It is awesome. Look at the damage from Oldaka. It's 120k on a basic. It just makes it easy mode. So, just wanted to showcase another option for that. Now, we're going to move into the mini-boss on the middle of the sector. You have to win with Boss Nass surviving and Omega Fugitive surviving. If they're at level 1, Gear 1, good for you. That's absolutely fine. Utilize the Maul cheese. It is literally easy mode. Do not neglect it. It's so powerful. You could get it done with a 4-star Watt and a Zeta. Maul could be at like Relic 5 and Candace could be Gear 12, and you're going to get this done. I promise you. So, it's a Darth Vader team in the middle. They don't take a turn. It is literally easy. So, same concept. Weapon tech on Maul. Middle special. Candace does his special. He unloads all the Anguish because he's getting the Frenzy proc. And it just turns it into easy mode. As you can see here, they're not moving. See that? It's simple. It really is. And after this, you get 2 feats done in one. You don't have to do 2 separate battles with Bad Batch or Gungans. Nice and easy. So that is the mini boss 2 in 1. So we're now going to move on to the final boss, which is going to be the Queen Amidala team. If you have a Galactic Legend and you want to use Vader with Lord Vader or a GL, do it. Going to be easy. If you don't have a GL, I'm going to show you the non-GL option. So there might be better options here that are more OP and powerful, but this is for the player base that doesn't have all those OP characters. Palpatine, Vader, Thrawn, Han Solo, and Malik, all accessible for early game. Very good at relics. So what you want to do is the strategy with the same data disc I showed. I think I took Assertive Command off because I was messing with some of the procs for her bonus turn. But what you want to do is stun Queen because that stops the decoy. Now, over here, I tried my best to try to put the Fracture on Queen, but we have the Resilient Defense from Mace, so I passed the turn and try to get an AoE stun here. So I end up putting the Fracture on Master Qui-Gon because I can't target Queen. So here, we're going to utilize Merciless Massacre to our advantage. Get a one-shot here. Anakin got feared on Malik, which is great. Over here, I'm trying to not proc her bonus turn as best I can. So over here, Thrawn's doing a massive amount of damage because of the Zealous Ambitions. And over here, it's really not hard at all. Just gotta be annoying of that annoying Galactic Republic modifier with reflecting damage. But that's simple. It's really not that hard at all. No GLs needed. And you're gonna get your Vader survive feat. And then the last one is win without any Empire characters in your lineup. And honestly, this is going to be easy for you guys. Use any other team that doesn't have Empire. I just decided to go with the most broken team ever, Sith Eternal Bane combined. I know not everyone's going to have this, but just use a team that doesn't have Empire. It's going to be a breeze. So that is practically going to wrap up Sector 3. It's honestly not that difficult to get through. So if you guys have the right teams, right data disks, you guys are going to be able to get this done. Don't need Galactic Legends to win Conquest or any of these new characters up at Relic or Gear. So that's going to wrap this up. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down below. And if you're having more trouble with Conquest, join my Discord, check the infographic section. If you need even more help, send me a message in the Conquest chat or message others as well. We're more than happy to help. It's going to make you guys your lives a lot easier, and we want to make Satil Shan the most unlocked Conquest character of all time. So if you guys enjoyed this, found this helpful, it's going to help you get Red Crate, leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the channel to support your boy Vex. And I'll see you guys in the next one. May the Force be with you all.